With one race to go, the motivations are varied. For Tiago Medeiros, it's ending his championship season on a winning note and erasing the memories of his big crash at California. For PJ Chesson, it's one more win in his amazing breakout season. For Arie Luyendyk Jr., it's finally getting the winless monkey off his back. And for the rest of the Menards Infiniti Pro Series field, it's one more chance to make a name for themselves at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Inches apart. Taylor, when both spin, there's contact. Taylor wins it. Whoa! Here they come to the outside of Chandler.
Welcome to the Texas Motor Speedway and the Texas 100. It is the 12th and final race of the Menards Infiniti Pro Series. Hello everyone, I'm Cameron Steele alongside Robbie Buell, former IndyCar race car driver, and I'm going to tell you right now, the high banking here, a lot of people are talking about it. Is it the great equalizer?
Well, you got 24 degrees of banking. What that does is it mechanically helps these cars get through the corner, so it doesn't place as much emphasis on car setup. So if your car isn't handling well, you got a better chance of staying with the pack, as well as some of the less experienced guys are going to find it easier to stay with the more experienced guys.
So, Robbie, what you're saying is we're going to see a little bit more of an equal playing surface. Everybody's going to be able to stay together. If that's the case and they're bunching up, what kind of race are we going to see here?
Well, when the green flag drops, these guys are going to go flat out, which is very different from the IndyCar race where you have pit stops. These guys don't have it. They're running flat out from start to finish.
Less strategy, more on the gas, everybody going for it at once. And another guy that's going to be going for it is with Jamie Little right now, a former winner on this series.
It was more than 2 years ago when Ryan Hampton collected his lone Pro Series win at the Gateway International Raceway. Hampton dominated the weekend, leading all 3 practice sessions and winning the pole, before becoming the first driver in series history to go wire to wire, leading all 80 laps. And now we're joined by Ryan. We're lucky enough to have him back for his 6th Infiniti Pro race, but you've been gone for 2 years. Where the heck have you been?
I've been driving cars sideways and drifting and burning up tires the last 2 years for a factory team, but I'm back.
So I take it you missed us.
Yes, I did. It's definitely good to be back in a car, and it's a good feeling to be back with the family that I left.
All right, well, we're happy to have Ryan back, and he's easy to see, guys. Number 3 car, he has Busch Cheney 04 on his side pods. Go figure. We'll get that story later, Cameron.
Well, thank you very much, Jamie. Let's check out how they stack up on the pole. Tiago Medeiros with the track record 189.592. He has won 5 times with 7 poles. Travis Gregg, only his 3rd start. He starts on the outside of row 1. Then Arie Luyendyk on the inside of row 2 in his 31st ever start. Alongside him will be John Herbin, only his 3rd start with his 6th in California. Inside of row number 3 will be Al Unser, 21 years old, and he is driving with a broken thumb. On the outside will be Paul Dana, who with this start will clinch 2nd place in this series. On the inside of row 4 will be the oldest gentleman in the start here, 53-year-old Gary Peterson. On the outside, Jeff Simmons, who tangled at the last event with Tiago Medeiros and didn't finish. Row number 5 on the inside will be Leonardo Maya, his best finish on the season, a 3rd. On the outside, the number 3 car of Ryan Hampton, the drifting car driver. Talked about getting sideways in practice, and he did do that at 180 miles an hour. PJ Chesson and his brother James share row number 6. Row Chess, we like to call it. 4 total wins coming from that row. Did not very many starts. The next row, 7 on the inside, will be PJ Abbott. On the outside will be Scott Mayer in his 1st start here in the Menards Infiniti Pro Series. And row 8, Rolando Quintanilla, and there they go. We got some green flag racing getting started, Robbie.
Yeah, we do, and those guys are single file right there with Tiago leading them down, followed by Travis Gregg. And talking to Tiago early on, he said, I'm going to stay on the bottom of the racetrack and make everybody go around me on the high side. So let's see how that plays out.
And starting right away here, you see Tiago Medeiros going out with his teammate, Travis Gregg, and on the outside, Arie Luyendyk Jr. They are a 3-car breakaway. We talked about them all staying in a pack. If they get away, are they going to be able to run, Robbie?
If these 3 guys that we're looking at right here, if they work together, yeah, they can break away from that pack behind. Now, if these guys start racing hard and go side by side, they, that pack, if the pack's smart, will catch them.
Well, Tiago Medeiros, we talked about, he has 5 wins on the season. Arie Luyendyk Jr. has not had a win in this series. He has been trying, this is his 31st start, so a lot of people pulling for Arie Luyendyk here at the final race of the season.
Yeah, and Arie really has come to life. Ever since he switched over to drive for Gary Peterson's team, he's had some great runs. He had a great run going in California. Unfortunately, had a cut tire, didn't finish that race. So I'd love to see him have a good finish here, but he's got some other guys in front of him that are going to contest that.
And the driver in between there, Travis Gregg, he qualified on the pole at his first ever start. He ended up in 5th place that race, and he said it was just total rookie mistakes. He overdrove the car, burned up the tires a little bit, but he says this time he is going for the win as he looks forward to next season, a full year in these cars.
Yeah, Travis Gregg did a great job in his first race. I mean, yeah, he says he only finished 5th, but for his first time out, to be on the pole and lead, to lead a number of laps that he did there, I think he's pretty mature. And right now, these 3 guys, led by Tiago Medeiros in the silver car.
And Rolando Quintanilla, you see him there on the outside in the 10 car. He did not get a qualifying time. He is in the field, and he is moving up, actually. Right now, I believe, looking for a 7th place right here if he can make the pass on Jeff Simmons in the number 24 car.
Yeah, obviously his car's working well on the high side, and when you start at the back of the pack, anytime you can gain that forward momentum and keep that momentum going on the high side, that is very important, and right now he's making that work. And Rolando's had some great runs on the 1 and mile half tracks.
He definitely has, and right now we're going to step away for just a second. Don't go too far away because we have some incredible racing action. 3 cars tied at the front. It's Tiago Medeiros. Today's Menards Infiniti Pro Series Texas 100 is being brought to you by Firestone Tires. For more information on Firestone Tires, visit your local Firestone retailer. And we are back at the Texas Motor Speedway for the Texas 100, and we are under yellow. And I gotta say, Robbie Buell, we had a heck of an incident there in turn 4. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, sure. We're gonna look for Paul Dana's car here, right there in the middle screen. The rear of his car breaks loose. He gets down and unfortunately gets Leonardo Mile, Ryan Hampton, and James Chesson are all part of that mess. There is his rear brakes loose. He slides up, and that's James Chesson, the red car, that really takes the big hit. And just a lot of debris there. Also, Ryan Hampton's car and the red and black car against the wall. And it's unfortunate when you see that so early in the race, but this can happen in that pack racing. There you see his car breaks loose, hits Leonardo Maya, comes up, just tags the back of Ryan Hampton's left rear car, but that's enough to send him to the wall. Unfortunately, like I say, James Chesson had nowhere to go and just careens into the side of his car right there. And that's unfortunate. And also, we have Gary Peterson that then unfortunately gets caught up in some of this debris that came from here, and he's out of the race as well.
Also tangled up in that wreck, like you're saying, Gary Peterson. So 5 cars are now out. 10 cars will continue on when we go back to green flag racing. And right now, your leader is Tiago Medeiros. Look at all the records that Tiago holds. Consecutive wins for pole positions 8. I mean, it goes on and on. This guy is a great driver, but he has a lot of work ahead of him here because his partner right now, his teammate Travis Gregg, going for him on the restart.
Yeah, and then he thought better of it. Now, it'll be interesting to see. We saw these guys, Tiago, Travis Gregg, and Arie Luyendyk earlier work together. They worked in tandem to pull away from John Herb, who was leading that second pack of cars. Let's see what happens here. It looks like John Herb, the 4th car there, the white and blue car, is tagged onto this group, and they're going to check out as a foursome.
That's a very fortunate thing for John Herb. He's been talking about how his car's been working. He's been very happy. This is only his 3rd race that he's running at the Menards Infiniti Pro Series, and things seem to be going very well for him. Very lucky for him that he was able to jump onto that group. Those 3 drivers have proved that they are very fast at all times when they're on the track, and John Herb jumping in there with them.
Yeah, and you see these guys all nose to tail. They're all nose to tail here. They're going to pull away from that 4th pack, and John Herb is playing that game. He's just sticking right on the back of Arie Luyendyk.
And John Herb in the Aircon Matt Young Motorsports car, his co-owner in that car, Matt Young, one of the youngest ever in IndyCar racing at only 18 years old. He's trying to launch his own group with his ownership and maybe get into this series all year next year. Yeah,
what a great story and what a great experience here that these guys are having, especially with John Herb. Had a great qualifying effort, and now we see that he's part of this lead pack. The 5th car that you see there, the red car on your screen, that is P.J. Chesson kind of closing in to be part of this group too.
And definitely something to point out, they're bunching up more. The top 3 cars weren't able to get away, and right now, Jamie is with Paul Dana.
I'm here at the medical center now with Paul Dana. Good news is he's out. Paul, you were the first car involved. What happened?
You know, I have no idea. That it just instantly snapped sideways, and we were gone. And it's a shame in the big pack that we ended up taking a bunch of cars with us. It looks like everyone's okay. That's the good thing.
What happened with Rolando Quintanilla? It looked like he may have checked up a little bit on you, not sure.
I'm trying to figure that out, honestly, where I was looking at it on video. It looks like he checked up a little, and I maybe pinched it, trying to think I was going to go under him, and just pinched it a little bit, threw it sideways. Obviously, I'm a little surprised by it, my mistake. It's a shame we took everybody out. Ethanol car, we finished second in the points. Obviously, that's a good thing for today, but it's not how we wanted to finish the year.
Thanks, Jamie. That is good news. And Robbie, the initial reaction was that he didn't get caught up in a checkup, but then, when he thought about it for a second, maybe.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to say. It's unfortunate to see those guys out. And here, look at this lead pack. These guys are all single file. Our leader of that, Tiago Medeiros, he told me before this, he's going to keep his car on the bottom next to that white line, and he's going to make anybody that needs to go by him on the high side. And he doesn't think they can go by him on the outside as long as he has somebody to push him through the air behind him.
And we're getting some information that Travis Gregg is reporting that his car is loose. Oh, see that? It looked like a little wiggle maybe there. And the question I have about Travis Gregg, he's newer to the series. Tiago Medeiros and Arie Luyendyk Jr., they were teammates before. Is there a chance that Arie would jump in behind Travis to try to help him go by, or is he going to stay with Tiago regardless of what happens?
No, I think they're just worried about setting themselves up for each one of them to win this race right now. But I think it is interesting how that's all materializing. Travis Gregg is saying his car's a little bit neutral. Maybe that's part of why he's just poking up a little bit on the high side just to get in cleaner air. But, remember, we have 24-degree banking around here, and it doesn't place a premium on car handling as much when we have that kind of banking that gets these cars through the corner.
And you're looking there at Al Unser in the #2 car, and he has a new sponsor on board, Terre Haute First National Bank, bringing him here to this event. He's racing with a broken thumb. He has a pin in it, but he had the wires removed from it. How much effect does that have on him on his left hand?
I don't think it has that much. When I asked him about it earlier, it was really a non-issue.
Well, that's a good thing. He's definitely racing towards the front of the pack here, and he missed one of the practice sessions, so he's a little bit behind the curve with some of the other guys here, but it doesn't look like it's affecting him adversely.
No, and he's had some great runs on these super speedways like this. And yes, he did miss that first session. And anytime you miss any track time in a series that's as competitive as this series, it's tough to make up ground. But when he did go out in that second session, he posted the quickest time. All these guys nose to tail, they're being smart and working together. Anytime that you're nose to tail, you're gonna go faster than a group that's going side by side. You have the one car in front that's poking a hole in the air, and the other guy behind it is just sucking along with it. And the more cars they have, the faster you go.
Well, right now we have 6 cars stacked up in the front pack, and 5 of them, I don't think anybody would be surprised if they were to win the race. Those first 5, John Herb sitting in 6th place, a little bit more of a relative newcomer. He might be a little bit of a surprise, but right now, great racing action. Anything can happen here at Texas Motor Speedway, so don't go too far away. We're gonna step out for just a second. Medeiros, Gregg, and Luyendyk, those are your top 3. Welcome back to the Texas Motor Speedway. You are on board with 2nd place running Travis Gregg in only his 3rd ever race. Right in front of him, Tiago Medeiros, who has clinched the championship for this, the Menards Infiniti Pro Series. 4 drivers at the front of the pack right now. Is it anybody's game, Robbie?
Yeah, it is anyone's game. And these guys are staying single file, and they are breaking away from the 5th place car that is led by Simmons, and that's got PJ Chesson and John Herb. That's the next group. These guys are being very smart in terms of the way they're breaking away. But it's interesting. We're on board there, like you say, with Travis Gregg. His car looks like it's handling pretty well. Just from looking at his steering input, it's really rolling through the corner well. Look at that. There, he got out of the throttle. So he's staying back there. That's good thinking.
I think Jamie's got an update for us. Jamie Little?
Well, Cameron, I believe the #5 and #11 cars are both being powered by the memory of actor Christopher Reeves, who died 1 week ago. Their owner, Sam Schmidt, had a working relationship with Christopher, and Sam himself is a quadriplegic, so they work closely together. He's mourning Christopher's loss, and he's running stickers on both cars in his memory.
And Christopher Reeve, a great activist. I also have a friend, Chris Ackerman, who's a quadriplegic and looks forward to a lot of things that Sam Schmidt is doing. And right now, his race cars are doing an unbelievable job. And you saw there in the dogleg, looks like Travis Gregg has a little bit of a different line. You see him like kind of coming behind Thiago. What's going on there?
Yeah, you know, when we saw that from the onboard, I'm not sure if all of a sudden he got down on the white line and then jerked the car up. What he's doing there through the corner, when you see him just get a little bit on the high side of Thiago, he's just getting in a little cleaner air. He's getting the right side of that car in cleaner air, so the car's just more consistent through that corner. But as you know, we look on board there, his input on that steering wheel, he's just rolling into the corner. He's not doing anything crazy with that steering wheel or jerking it. He's got a good handling race car.
And right there, it looks like a pass being made or attempted to be made right behind. That's Al Unser. Was on the outside of Ari Leyendyk Jr., but not able to make that stick. Ari holding position. And that is PJ Chesson, who has multiple wins on the season. And his car owner, Catherine Nunn and Mo Nunn Racing, have a fast Infiniti Pro Series. So Chesson not having the greatest of runs, but he year
I love this USGP.
did all the experience.
Is that type of experience will benefit those guys well.
And coming around right now, we are going to have 4 laps to go, and we have quite a lead pack. It's still anybody's game. 5-car pack. You see Ari Leyendyk swinging out maybe a little wide, looking for a little air, but where's the move going to come, Robbie? Is it going to be everybody trying at one time, or is it going to be different staggered moves?
I think it's going to be different staggered moves from second place, from third place back. I think Travis Gregg in second. We know he's had some good runs on Thiago, but he's going to wait to the last lap.
3 laps to go, and Travis Gregg sitting in second place, and the man with all the records in front right now, Thiago Medeiros, he's got to be pretty wily, and he probably knows what Travis is going to try to throw at him. And also, they are teammates.
They are teammates, but that doesn't mean anything right now. And like we said earlier, Thiago is going to stay on the bottom. Yeah, Al Unser made the stick up top there and went by Ari. So, and Ari's going to, you got to know Ari's going to come right back on the high side. Well, 2 to go at the line here. There's PJ Chesson. We know he loves the high side of the racetrack. He's looking to the high side of Ari Leyendyk. And that's PJ in the red car on the right side of your screen right now.
And they're getting wide. We got a couple wide there. And Al Unser, his best finish so far in the season, he has 4 third-place finishes. So right now equaling that, but he looks like he's looking for a line around Gregg. And I thought Gregg might have been staying a little bit tighter there with Thiago. He's dropping back just a little bit. White flag is now out. This is our last lap of racing. What will happen? That's the question. They're tightening up. It's Medeiros, it's Gregg, and it is Unser. Those are your top 3 going towards the backstretch right now, going down it. Will there be a move for the lead? See Travis Gregg looking outside a bit. Will someone be able to get by Thiago Medeiros, or will he take his? Oh, and another win for Thiago Medeiros. A great performance, and the rookie in only his third race, a second place, a good finish as well.
Yep. Yeah, and Greg did a great job there, smart, and you know, he made a run at the end, it just wasn't enough.
Thiago Medeiros tying the record for wins in a season, 7 wins for Thiago Medeiros, your season champion, and that record equaled by Mark Taylor is the guy that had that record before.
Yeah, and we know Thiago's the real deal. He actually tested with Ryan Reinbold Racing, our team, and the guys were really impressed with his ability. And like I say, Thiago's the real deal.
Well, he said he didn't want to share the glory. It was his championship last week. He's got the flag out, the Brazilian flag. Thiago Medeiros, your winner. When we come back, we will talk to him. An unbelievable performance here in Texas. Today's Menards Infiniti Pro Series Texas 100 is being brought to you by Firestone Tires. For more information on Firestone Tires, visit your local Firestone retailer. And Thiago Medeiros, the first time we've seen that with all the records he has, doing donuts, 6 wins on this season, 7 overall. That was the record we talked about. An exuberant young man. Definitely stoked to be leaving the season with a win and the championship. Lots of things going on in the young Brazilian's life. Trying to step forward into the Indy cars next year, and your final results will go like this. It was Medeiros, as we said, Travis Gregg finishing second, Al Unser a third place finish. That puts him 5 third places on the season, then Lyndike Jr. and PJ Chesson. Unbelievable turn of events here today, and it was definitely a spectacular race.
Yeah, it was a great way to end the year, and we got a great champion.
Thiago will carry the flag for Brazil and for the Infiniti Pro Series, and Jamie Little is with him now.
Thanks, Cameron. Well, Thiago won his first race here last year, and he finishes on a high note. Thiago, this was just icing on the cake for you. You didn't even have to race today. What did it mean to you to take the victory?
Oh, it means a lot, and it's the best way is to leave this category, to looking forward to IRL ride next year. And 6 wins on the road, 7 poles, so there's nothing else that I can ask for.
How about your teammate giving you a run for your money down to the wire?
Oh yeah, we had a really good run with Travis, and Finishing Motorsport did a really good job this weekend. We had the first and second place in this weekend, so it's great for us, for the team.
Okay, so this definitely is your last Menards Infiniti Pro race?
Oh, unfortunately, looking forward for IRL next year.
All right, well, you heard it here. His plans are big time for next year, guys, so perhaps we'll see him in the IRL.
Well, we know it's his dream. We'll see if he's going to get there. You can see the points. Paul Dana will clinch that second place spot. Ari Lyndike Jr. moves up into third place for the overall series. He told me before the race that was something he really wanted to do, followed by Chesson and Jesse Mason in 5th place, who unfortunately missed these last couple races. One good note, I want to point out that all the drivers in that accident have been cleared from the hospital, including James Chesson. So definitely good news there, Robbie.
Yeah, it is. We saw what a big hit that he had there. I think it says a lot about these cars and the integrity of these cars that everybody walked away from that.
Oh, for sure, and it's been an awesome year, and I definitely want to thank Dr. Jerry Punch, who was our host in many of the events here, Robbie Buell, who is our expert side-by-side, Jamie Little, who's been down in the pits. Don't forget, coming up next, Monster Truck Drags on ESPN2. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.